Hi guys, welcome back. And then we're still with Jesutofummi, and then Anton is still here also. And we just finished section one of this conversation. And the reason why I asked us to take a break is because I I think I really want her to express herself. And
Yeah.
I think I really want her to own a story. It's a story. I mean, I can't tell you how to share your pain and all of that, but for the sake of for sake of time, basically, yeah. Do you want to tell us what happened after? Do you want to tell us what happened when you lost your mom? What led to it? Was she sick? What happened? And then what happened to your sister? And then you said you guys were two, and now it's just only you. I want to know what state of mind are you right now? Yep.
My mom passed in 2009.
Was she sick?
Yeah, she was. This year makes it, if my math is correct, I think 14 years.
She was sick for 10 years.
Yeah, no, it makes it 14 years
Oh,
this
14
year
years. Okay.
that she passed. Um, my sister died 10 years after.
Was she sick also?
Yes, she was sick.
Similar or?
So when I finally got to know the details of my sister's death, I realized it was sort of similar.
What's the details?
So my mom had fibroid, and then she was sick for some time. I was in year one in university then, and I wasn't home. So towards her last days, she had passed before I got back from school. So towards her last days, I wasn't really there. So I didn't get the details of her death until later.
Okay.
And then same thing with my sister. I was in Abuja. She was based in Lagos, and I also wasn't there when she passed. So
But the fibroid for both of them.
my mom had fibroid. My sister was SS.
Oh, okay. So that was a genotype issue.
Yeah. So it was both deaths were blood related.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to understand. Anton, what do you make of this here? Fibroid and genotype. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just quite oblivious here, but I'm trying to understand the relationship between the two.
No, it's not even. Maybe it's not about the relationship. It's about how it affected her.
Okay.
Because there's no need trying to look for the connecting line. It's more about It's more about how did it affect you? How did you take, especially the second blow? Because I'm sure that when you lost your mom, your sister sort of became your anchor.
Yes.
So when you lost your sister, how did you handle it? Who became your anchor? Did you fall into depression? Did you go into drugs? What really happened?
So first, when I lost my mom, it was my sister, and my dad and myself. So we had this. I was in year one. Yeah, I just finished year one, and then my sister was in SS2.
So it was your younger sister.
Yeah, my younger sister.
Okay.
So my dad didn't know how to deal with pain at the time. So we were always at our mom's friends' houses. So we had this bond that we just forged.
Yeah.
So it was always, our mantra was, is Dofumi and Shegufumi against the world.
Mm.
And then 5 years after my mom passed, my dad got married again. So
How did that affect you?
it was bad. I will not lie. I was happy for him at the time, but I didn't like how it came to me. Because I met my dad's wife a day to their wedding. So I knew my dad was getting married. So I was a supportive child, basically.
I mean, it's not a bad one to be, is it?
I was really happy because I thought he was the one that needed healing. My sister and I were fine. We had each other. We're good.
Were you fine?
To be honest, I had my sister, so I never really visited the depth of the pain I felt at that
So
time.
when you lost your sister, what happened?
So when I lost Shegufumi, the first thing I did was try to stay away from major relationships in my life. I was dating somebody at the time, and I remember having a conversation with him that, Alpha, I think we should break up.
So I need your help. I need you to help me. I need you to speak to the microphone, yeah,
Okay.
so that everyone could hear you clearly and know what you're saying. Go ahead.
So I told him then, I was like, Alpha, let's break up.
And why was that?
And at that point in time, I don't know why that thought came into my head, but I didn't want to heal, building my healing on somebody else. I didn't know what it was going to be like, but I knew I didn't want to be dependent on anyone. But he chose to be there, and for the first time, I didn't cry until I think 2 months after she passed.
That's your sister, huh?
Yeah.
Why? What happened? What was
I
going
didn't
through your
know.
mind?
But I know that when I first heard, I couldn't talk for 24 hours. I was in shock. And then it was how I felt was like, you know, when you're standing on a rug and someone just pulls it off. Or maybe you put you're trying to, if you wax a lot, they put the waxing thing on your body, and then they just put the strip, and without any conversation they just yank it off.
So I'm here. Yeah, I'm on the lights. I don't know. Yeah, just to.
So that was how it felt, and there was that initial sting, and that was it. So the first year, I had different emotions. I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll start crying.
Let's move on. What happened after?
And then after that, I tried to go into therapy because it was the in thing. You're going through grief, you need help. So I went into therapy, and I was in therapy for I think 2 months, and I stopped talking to my therapist.
Can I interrupt a bit here?
Yeah.
Were you in therapy because you felt that you needed help, or because therapy was the in thing?
Therapy was the in thing, not because I felt I needed help.
Great, go on.
I didn't know I needed help at the time.
Yeah.
So I went into therapy for the sake of going into therapy.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right, so let's fast forward. You lost your mom, you lost your sister. I'm not gonna act like I'm a Superman. I mean, I've had a fair share of myself being in some situation, and I'm
David,
not trying
you should share it though.
Sir, anything?
You should share yours, because David has some to share.
I mean,
At least
no.
I'm privy to some conversations. So
Actually, to be honest,
I mean, nothing out of box here. I mean, I've had my situation whereby I'm an orphan. Yeah, I became an orphan when I was very young, and everybody just wants to feel, oh, David is who he is right now because he's just a superhuman. No, I mean, I could relate with some of those things, and some of those things I could sense how you feel, because I've probably been in, maybe not so extreme, but a similar situation. But I really want us to go into the path of, I mean, this had a ripple effect on you, and it had a ripple effect on, I mean, from conversations now, it had a ripple effect on relationship.
yes.
your academics,
interactions with people.
Yeah.
But come on, you're a banker now, you're doing well, you're not doing badly. How'd you get to that point?
So
I mean, see, let's not lie. In Nigeria nowadays, on that Tinubu's regime, in Jagaban, we know say things a choke. But I mean, you're doing well. You're not doing badly. How did you get to that point?
So I had to be intentional. I'm wearing brown. Brown is my favorite color, and I wear brown. I started learning how to do things. Brown makes me very excited. I was like, okay, I'm coming here today. I'm probably going to cry a lot. That's why when I was like, would you wear a brown shirt? I saw someone else wearing something brown. I was like, yeah, a lot of people are wearing brown. I had to learn how to not forge my happiness around people.
I'm going to push you there for a minute and direct to PH now. Anton, do you think that was a coping mechanism? What do you have to say about it?
Not necessarily. I'm not sure I would call it a coping mechanism. I would say it's a strategy. a learning strategy. So she's learning and she's saying, okay, how do I get out of this space? And for some people, they would learn in the negative way. Some people they would learn in the positive way. So I think for her, it was just learning, because when you say coping mechanism, sometimes it sounds bad.
Yeah.
Right. So she learning to be intentional about it and learning to say, hey, I'll pay attention to little things like even the colors that make me happier and all. It's just her learning herself. She's learning for herself what really makes her happy.
All right, so back to for me now. Tell me, where are you right now, mentally? And for the record, Tofumi's boyfriend is in the studio today, so I'm going to try under the bus. Our boyfriend is also just hearing this just for the very first time, so you could tell the emotions, everything going on in this room right now.
Yeah.
But I feel it's a good thing anyways. I feel it's a good energy. So where are you right
I
now?
don't know why you had to expose me like that, but okay.
It's all right. We need to let the world know.
Let me ask it this way.
Hey, God, I beg.
No, now it's like I'm going to be asking questions. So let me ask you: do you think you are out of it, or you are? When I mean out of it, do you still see yourself from time to time slip into it? And why I'm asking this question is this, so you understand, because somebody may be watching this and the person may have thought, okay, I'm out of this depression, and after 2 months, 1 year, there's that trigger, and then the person goes back into that same.
I was going to say, are you out of it, or you are taking solace in it?
So
I'll be very honest. I'll be black and white because it's never grey with me. I sleep in and out. And that's because, you know how it is when they say you can be in a river and still be very thirsty. There's still sometimes that the memories come.
Yeah.
There is still sometimes that you think you found a way around it. And that thing you found that works for you at that point in time isn't working. And then you won't find a healing strategy. You will find a coping mechanism. And then, I had terrible coping mechanism.
Yeah, like.
I drank a lot. I smoked a lot.
You used to smoke a lot.
Wait, smoke like this or this one has the this one. This one is this one. Which one?
But you already said my boyfriend is in the studio. What's wrong
sorry.
with you?
No, but I want to know, do you still smoke a lot?
PH, my pastor.
Do you still smoke? Yes or no?
No, I'm not even. Do you
So
still
as
smoke?
I was saying-
I'm interested actually.
No. So the question
I
is,
don't
do you
know
still-
why. No.
You need to understand. The
You're not
question-
gonna
my
sandwich
question
me.
is my question is very technical. I said, do you still smoke a lot?
No.
But you still smoke?
Don't worry, I don't. We'll handle that.
No,
out
me,
off
I
camera.
want to know, but you still smoke?
No.
Okay, go on.
So they became coping mechanisms.
Have you found
and
new coping mechanisms?
So I found a safe space. It's
Hope. What they called? What's her dog's name?
Zelda.
Elder.
Paige, it has a Z.
Okay. Hope.
Okay.
Hope.
Zelda.
Elder with a Z.
With a Z. Hope. Elder
Where
with a
is-
Z.
Elder
was
with a
not
Z.
coping mechanism.
So Zelda is a happy pill.
Molly.
Okay. Yes. A coping. We've gotten the answer. It's a coping.
I think
She's
we
not
just
a
move.
coping mechanism. She's a happy pill because when she's around, there's this burst. She's just.
What makes you happy?
Love makes me happy.
Love.
What did you say? Did you say love?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll be very honest. I recently spoke to a counselor, and then she was just asking me random questions. She's one of my clients at the bank, so we're just having random questions, and then she just was like, "Dofum, do you know that love brings out the best in you?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, and then she goes like, and then she said something that hits me, that you give out a lot of it, but you don't get half of the measures you give back.
All right, I'm going to stop us here tonight. And on today's episode, the reason why I'm going to stop is the fact that I want the viewers to decide if they want to hear the complete part of the story. I want them to know, I want them to have a way of saying they want to be able to listen to what she has to say.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave that suspense on, and then we've got end tonight. Thank you for joining us today, and I really wish you all the best. I wish you you're able to get through all of this, and I genuinely wish you happiness. Anton, last word.
I would say, well done for owning your story, and I just really, I hope that a lot of people watching this would be able to learn one or two things. And maybe if based on the feedback we bring her back, then we can go deeper into the healing process, because I'm not sure we've spoken a lot about the healing journey.
We haven't.
So maybe if you want to hear that, then you can just request for it and we'll make it happen.
All right, guys. So if you want us to go into the healing process and where she is at the moment, please drop a comment in the comment section, and then we're able to take that up, and we're able to bring her back on the season 4. I hate to break the sad news to you guys. The season finale, we're done with this season. We're happy you guys have been with us all through, and it's been a wonderful session with you. We love you. Keep supporting, comment, like, share, and then what's the other one? Subscribe. Yeah, that's the last one. Love you. Booyah.
All right. Bye.